What's going on, y'all? Nick here, coming to you with another video. You guys, check this out. With women, the likes of Candace Owens, just pearly things, women are starting to come out more and more to the forefront and expose women and female nature. But you guys, I've never in my life ever heard a verbal massacre like the one that you're about to hear today. Before I get started, if you like videos like this, please like, subscribe, comment down below. But with that being said, you guys, let's just get right into it.
Okay, it's time that we have a come to Jesus meeting, because we got to talk about why it is that y'all will not stop having babies with pookies and then looking for your husband later. Like Krishan Rock made a post saying that the next dude she deal with is going to be her husband. Why was that not the first dude you was looking for?
Right.
Why would you have a baby by a pookie like Blueface and then talking about you, Gary, go find your husband now? What is wrong? Like, they have to do some kind of study on a lot of y'all, because it's just no way that you could be this backwards. It's just no way that you out here picking so poorly and then trying to come back after picking poorly and making a permanent decision with a pookie and then talking about you trying to find a husband. But that's a lot of y'all. It's a lot of y'all, right? And the dudes are obvious pookies. These ain't dudes who maybe you didn't know he was. No, you obviously knew he was. These be dudes who pants be sagging, tattoos all over their face, can barely speak English, and you want us to believe that at some point you thought that they was going to be a good man or a good father to somebody. No, they never was. He hang on the block all day. He was never going to be no good husband or a good father to no child, right? But you're slow. Right? And now you somewhere want somebody to come behind this loser and take care of you and his baby. Like, it has to stop. The games have to stop. Because at this point, it's getting ridiculous. The fact that y'all are so comfortable having babies by bums and then talking about all of these requirements that you now all of a sudden have that you didn't have when you should have had them. Right? Before you gave birth to some loser's baby is when you should have had the highest requirements that you have. But you waited until you're less of a catch to have these high standards, right? Am I saying that women with kids are not desirable? They get married every day, B, right? I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is you're absolutely putting a hurdle in your way to make it more difficult. Right? If a man had to choose a woman with no kids or a woman with kids, he gonna go with the woman with no kids if they look exactly the same, right?
True.
But this whole getting pregnant by random pookie loser men and then talking about now you ready to up your standards and look for a husband, be for real.
All right, you guys. Now, this video is not even as bad as the next one I'm gonna show you, where she actually responds to some of the critics of this video. But you guys, everything this woman is saying is absolutely true. And it's sad because, a lot of women, they just don't seem to get it. Men, and I'm not saying this because I'm trying to be misogynistic. I'm just saying it because it's the truth. Men age like fine wine. Women age like milk. A lot of people may not want to hear it. That doesn't make it any less true. But a lot of times women will forego their youthful years where they are most valuable, and then they're gonna, like this woman suggests or actually states, get ran through by some Ray Pookie type dude and then end up being bitter as hell when they hit the wall in their 30s. Let's keep this a buck, y'all. Women, you are the ones who have control to who actually comes between your legs. You have that control. And I don't want to constantly hear about rape because, again, a lot of these girls, especially when I was young, I used to see them all the time chasing these thug niggas. I used to see it all the time. And there's something wrong upstairs where these women are literally attracted to hood niggas, to scrubs. It's crazy. But let's see some of the comments down below. You have this one comment from Lord Timothy where he says, to be truthful, a lot I'm assuming he says people. A lot of people think they're going to be like Sierra. Yeah. Okay. You have another one from Alfina McDonald. Then to do it 3, 4 more times is crazy. Man, that is so true. I don't know how many women have done messed around with one pookie type dude, come cry to the beta male simp that's actually willing to hear her out, and rather than learning her lesson, she goes to another 3, 4 dudes. It's and that's actually being reserved, because we already know the body count is far higher. Damn. This one person, Mama T, I am 53. When I was 23 back in 93, being a baby mama never crossed my mind. Alright. So again, this video then got viral. And although I did not read some of the haters that actually responded to this video, but she herself addressed some of the haters in this next video. Check this one out, y'all.
My video about having babies by pookies and then looking for a man of substance later is going viral now, right? The girlies are mad. They on Instagram going crazy in the comment section. But you know why y'all mad? You mad because you know it's the truth. If there was no validity and no truth to what I was saying, you wouldn't feel so targeted, right? A lot of y'all are ashamed at the decisions that you made, but you shouldn't be. You made them, right? You live and you learn. It's no problem that you made a mistake and now you want to do better. That's great. But these conversations are for the girls who haven't did it yet. It's not for the ones who already have, because if you already did it, you learned your lesson and you doing better, great. Love that for you. Exit the conversation. Exit the chat. We talking to the girls who haven't done it yet, because obviously something just ain't clicking with y'all. You done seen this story time and time again. You done watched it happen sometimes with your mama, your grandma, your friend, your cousin, your sister's cousin's friend. It continuously, you see it happening over and over again, and somehow it just ain't ringing a bell to you that you probably shouldn't just be out here having babies by these men so easily when so many women have gotten finessed in the process. How many women do you have to watch get finessed into having babies by the wrong man before you realize you should probably take better precautions than those women did? Y'all say that y'all don't want people talking about it. You feel like it's shaming. You feel like it's judgmental. Oh, well, if y'all lived lives that you were proud of and wasn't ashamed of, you wouldn't be so upset and triggered when you heard people bring up things that you was guilty of, right? Because that's what happens. I cannot make you feel ashamed of something you're not ashamed of. But if you already feel some kind of way about the life decisions you've made and you hear me say it, then yeah, it can trigger you. It can pull on your insecurities when you already have internal issues that you fighting and battling with. And when I say something about it, it just ignites it for you. Yeah, that's a real thing. That's not my problem. That's a personal problem. Take it up with God, right? Figure that out. Work that out. Go talk to the lady. But I don't have anything to do with your internal issues and the battles that you fight about the choices you made with the free will that God gave you. I know it's got to be crazy when God looked down on us and he see how much y'all can't take accountability when he gave you free will.
I think that's an awesome point. God, right? The Most High. He gave everybody free will. But you see, I think what this woman is explaining is what the Bible has so evidently showed us from the beginning of time. Just look at the Adam and Eve account. We all know what happened, right? Eve was finessed, according to her words, by this scrub dude, this pookie type dude, Satan, right? He told her everything that she wanted to hear. She got finessed by Satan to eat the fruit of the knowledge of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, right? And this is the key. Rather than actually owning up to what she did, when the Most High questioned her, what does she do? She doesn't say, oh, I made a mistake. I should take accountability for my actions. It would no. That's not what she did. The first thing she does is blame shift. She doesn't take accountability. You see, that is true. And I can't even say that's female nature only. I mean, that's male nature. That's human nature. Because Adam blame shifted and said, it's the woman you gave me. So that's human nature as a whole. But I think what we starting to realize is that a lot of women They are realizing that other women are not these victims that they present themselves to be. They are definitely active participants in their victimization, in them being finessed.
He gave you the ability to make decisions with your life, however you wanted it to go, whatever you wanted to do. He gave you that option to be able to do that. And with that free will, you decided to make choices and decisions. And then when it's time to stand in them, try to put it off on somebody else. He lied to me. He deceived me. He fooled me. He tricked. How many times are y'all going to get tricked and fooled? Right? Ain't y'all the ones with the degrees? Ain't y'all the ones who always auto-correcting somebody in the comment section? Imagine being able to tell somebody that they spelt the word wrong, but you couldn't pick your baby daddy right. It's like y'all don't even think that we see the men that y'all out here having babies by. It be men like this that y'all want us to believe that you got deceived by. Nothing about this man said father figure, role model, husband, good man. Nothing about him said any of that.
Nothing.
But you want us to believe that you got deceived and tricked. You want us to believe this loser Pookie deceived and tricked you? Oh no, we can look right at him and know he wasn't hitting on nothing. Right? We can look right at him and know it. And you did too. But you was having the time of your life laying up having unprotected sex with him. And you was having a ball until it wasn't fun no more. Until you realized what he was really what he was and it wasn't going to change. That's when the script changed. That's when it wasn't fun no more. That's when now we got to get on the internet and hear you complaining about how all men are this and that and how you need all of these requirements met. But you didn't need all those requirements met when you was dealing with him. Why you didn't need all them requirements met when you was dealing with him? Let me give y'all a harsh truth. A lot of y'all wouldn't even have no kids if you could only get pregnant if the man that you wanted would marry you. Let me break it down slow for some of y'all. If the only way you could get pregnant was that the man that you wanted, the man you actually want, would have to marry you first, a lot of y'all would not be mothers. You know why? Because a lot of the men that y'all dealt with didn't want you in that way. They only wanted to have sex with you and you just so happened to get pregnant, and because it was your body, your choice, you got to keep it. But you don't get to dictate marriage. You can dictate keeping that baby, but you can't dictate getting the man that you actually want to marry you. You cannot force him to do that. Either he want to or he don't. And most of the time, they don't. And they finesse you into not wanting it too because you know you'll never get it out of them. I know a lot of these conversations go over y'all head, and I have to remember I'm dealing with a group of girls who think that they got high standards because they turned down ice cream dates, but they smashed dudes from Tinder on the same day because he bought a surf and turf. So I understand how these conversations go over y'all head and y'all miss it because y'all are backwards. You are backwards. Your understanding and comprehension is backwards. But I'm going to continue to keep talking about this because the community is suffering. The kids are suffering. And y'all don't want to change it. You don't want to get to the root of the problem, but I'm going to keep getting to the root of the problem.
Wow. The root of the problem. Man, that is so true. And I love the fact that this woman brought it back to the children because ultimately that is the children are the ones that are suffering the most from this, right? Because when you have these irresponsible mothers, right? The Bible, just look it up. Just look up this term, right? In your Bible. Silly women laden with sins. Just look that up. Silly women. And that's what these women are. That's why I personally I don't feel sorry. I don't shed no tears for this situation. No, these are silly women laden with sins. And when you have matter of fact, when you have women like this, right? What I love about it is that women know women. You see, men tend to be kind of slow. Men are very, they a lot of men don't really process how women's nature really is. But women, they know it from the jump. A woman knows a woman. And this woman, I love how she's just exposing everything that's going on. And this is what it is, right? You have a bunch of irresponsible, silly women who get finessed easily because deep down inside, they just wanted to fulfill their lust. They just wanted to fulfill their lust with this pookie, fulfill this fantasy in their head. And this is what's so crazy. These women are the same women that actually think that when you got a dude that's in his pictures with a gat, right? With a gun, right? And this guy, he's throwing up all these signs with a gat, right? Covering his face with a bandana. You think you finna change this dude? I hear all the time. I hear all the time. I could change him. You see, this is what it is. These women, I'm gonna show y'all how they think. They literally think that their punani, their vagina, is the key to solving everything. That's how they think. They are so prideful. They're so high-minded. They actually think that with their vagina, they could control the entire world and they could change these men. No, you ain't changing a damn thing. The only thing you're changing is your status. Now you become less valuable. You become even more dunce and dim-witted than you were before. And on top of that, now you here trying to be a mom. You're going to raise a child. What are you going to pour into that child? That child ain't going to learn a damn thing. And that's what's so sad about it all. That child ain't going to learn a damn thing from such a woman. Now, am I condemning women? No. That's not what it is. Because like that woman said, you see, this message is for the women that did not do this. You see, that's the ones that I actually care about. And for the ones who made their mistake, how about you actually be the type of woman that actually wants to save the rest? To actually expose what these clowns, these pookies are doing and help your fellow sister. No, that's not how women think though. The way women think, because they're so vindictive, they're so bitter, when they get hurt, they parade themselves as if they're going to be the auntie, you know what I'm saying? The auntie that has all this wisdom. They don't got a damn lick. They don't have a damn lick of wisdom. But they're going to present themselves as the aunties that actually care for the younger generation. And what they're going to do, they're going to spew all this bitterness into the young woman's mind. The woman that actually has value still. And then that woman's going to end up losing all their value. And then that's how it perpetually, all this hate, it become perpetual. All this foolishness become perpetual. All these single mothers become perpetual. Like Ibani K. William, which I had on this channel, and the filth that she's actually teaching women to be single mothers by choice. Tell me that's not bitter. Tell me that's not bitter. Again, you guys, I want you to understand, right? If you are someone that made a mistake, man or woman, this is your opportunity when you hear videos like this to actually change, reflect on your mistake. Look in the mirror, because your biggest enemy is yourself. Look in the mirror and understand that you need to change. You were the one that got deceived by Satan because you were trying to fulfill your lust. Nobody, you get what I'm saying? I'm not going to be attracted to something that I'm not attracted to. Nobody could tempt me with something I'm not attracted to, right? So when you fell into temptation, just understand it's because that was something that you lusted after. Don't try to blame it on anybody else. That's what I'm saying. These women were silly women laden with sins. That was already in their heart, and you had somebody like a Pookie to expose it. That's what I'm saying. Don't listen to all the sweet voice and how they present themselves all meek. That's all bullshit. But for the young women out there, young women that actually are hearing this message, do not fall for the Pookies. Don't fall for it. Anyway, guys, if you like videos like this, please like, subscribe, comment down below, do all that YouTube stuff. And with that being said, the message sent. Jesus is king, y'all.